It is the grace of God that the Old Testament saints were looking for. The mercies of God here, and not the keeping of the law to be saved. Some people even teach that kind of thing. I don't know if you've ever heard it. That the Old Testament saints were saved by keeping the law of God, but the New Testament church is saved purely by the grace of God. That is not true at all. It is all of grace. In fact, the apostle says, I do not frustrate the grace of God, for if righteousness came by the law, then what? Christ is dead in vain. If you could keep the law, why would God send his Son to die? It is the mercies of God that we need. Grace and grace alone will save us. The Old Testament saints knew that. In fact, the tax collector, right? The problem is that at some point, much of the Jewish nation had turned away from the grace of God and had created their own law and their own rule keeping. But by the time of the New Testament, still there were those like the tax collector, the publican, who, like in this psalm, merely said what? God, have mercy on me, the sinner.